If you're into EDC, you know that space can be very precious, but also things can get pretty costly as you start adding more and more tools to your arsenal. In this video, we're going to compare some of the higher end to some of the lower end with value in mind, so you guys can make an educated decision on what you think is best for you. As we pick these tools up off the workbench, I'm going to tell you my experience with the tools as well as what value they provide for you. We'll start with this little Klein magnet. This is a magnetizer. It's on a keychain, so this absolutely falls in the realm of EDC. And you can see where you can magnetize and demagnetize. And it's got all the different slots for all your different bit sizes. So if we take this driver here. All right, so we have a screw here. Let's see if we're magnetized right now. Let's go ahead and put this in the magnetizer here. Now we are very magnetized. Let's put in the demagnetizer. See how this works. Back to less. Yeah, this is a good tool. This one works. We already got the bit out, so we may as well talk about this. This is the Klein True Grip screwdriver. It features a collet here that will accept just about any bit, and this becomes very tiny in your pocket. The best part about this is when you pull the bit out, you're not risking tearing up your leather seats or anything like that in your car. It rides in your pocket really nicely, and you don't have to worry about destroying any of your finishes. So I like that these are removable, and there's a bunch of different bits you can get for this. Somebody asked me, make a video on what bits are best for this screwdriver. Here you go. So this is just a few here. These are racketeers, and this is double-sided here. We've got the number 1 and the number 2 Robertson square here. Very useful. Maybe not the best metal, but extremely convenient. We've got a P2R2, which is a Phillips square number 1 and a square number 2, both Robertson sizes, and a Phillips built-in one, which almost makes this bit not needed, but you've got your options there. And Bosch is a good company for the bits and the strength on the tips. There's another Bosch there, nice and long, and then of course the Klein one that it comes with. Vessel's also good. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are going to be putting in your ball grip screwdriver. Up next, we got this Klein ratchet. This is the 32787. That's the part number for the ratchet there. Really nice to adjust on the top. Comes with a bunch of bits in the kit. Forward and reverse on the switch on the top. You don't have to switch this thing around to get to forward and reverse. And it's just a very comfortable, really nice ratchet here from Klein. And you can put all the bits you want on this. Somebody asked me, will the 10-in-1 bits fit in here? And the answer is very much so. That ball detent right there is going to fit in there beautifully. And you're going to get like almost a lock. So that's awesome. Very, very good from Klein. You can hear the retention in there. Listen to it snap. Very solid, very compact. Now the alternative that I bought was this gear wrench here, and this set was like 70 bucks. This set here is 25 from Klein. And I'm going to try to remember the prices, but everything's going to be down in the comments below. Or at least in the description. This ball grip here should be around $17. This one here is like fully articulating, fully locking, fully swiveling. It does a lot of things. You can even rotate it up here. This is really cool for getting into like the tightest spaces. Very heavy compared to this and more expensive. If you're trying to build a little EDC kit, I think that this is perfect. Now the Woobin here, this is the X4 and it's got a bunch of features. So we can switch this to the white light. We can switch this back to the blue light. We can switch to the spectrum of colors. We slide this back up and it should be locked, which is pretty cool. Slide this back down here. We should be in spotlight mode, 1500 lumens. And then if you slide all the way up, down, you've got access to your USB to charge it. This light coming in at $50 is a very good value. This is a night core. I picked this up for like 50 bucks. This thing has a readout. So we got 1 hour battery life, 200 lumens, 1 hour, 1100 lumens, 14 minutes. This thing is not charged. 15 lumens, 6 hours, 37 minutes, 65 lumens. And it's just got the readout. It's also got 2500 lumens on turbo. You could say on tap, very bright. And then you've got the strobe, which is a nice feature to have for, you know, self-defense. A lot of people say strobe is good for self-defense. I've never personally had to use it, but the strobe is what I use for, is to let larger equipment know where I'm at. I just shine it at the floor like this. I walk into a lot of industrial sites. I walk on job sites and things. It's good to get people's attention. You want to make eye contact with operators before you move their direction. So that's what I like to use it for. I like to make myself known, and it's very useful for all of that stuff. Great for EDC, very tiny, very flat, USB-C, and look, it locks. So it's fully locked out. we can't push anything because it's in full lockout mode. Now on the workbench, we've got the Work Pro here, and the machining on this is absolutely beautiful. I like the lanyard hole. It's skeletonized, so it's nice and light, nice and fat right there. They even fattened up the jaws there when they needed to, and then continued the front. Just beautiful. This is a good option for EDC, and if you need to turn a nut or turn some kind of bolt or something, you've got it in your pocket ready to go. These are the 3 that I'd recommend for zero compromise. I'd really recommend the 10 for every day, but you really don't want to go any smaller than this if you expect to actually get work done. And then of course, these are the ES version of these. All this can be linked down below. So this is the 8751 180s. But at the end of the day, these still have way more leverage than these do. You can just see the jaw shape. It's not the same. So if you think that you're going to be able to not have to carry this pair when you buy these, think again. Now we've got an O-light here. This is the sphere that turns it on and off. We can switch the functions, turn this pretty bright, and it's actually a usable light. You got 50 something hours on this thing, and it's good for emergencies, but really it makes a really cool kind of conversation piece even for around your house, because this thing's only like 20 bucks and they're on Amazon, and they come with the charging cord, which is the magnet. So if you need a charging cord for your O-light stuff, just buy this, because the cord by itself is like 10 bucks and then you get a really cool light. These things are always on sale, but they are very cool. Then we've got the Klein multi-tier bit thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but you got 9/16, you got 1/2 inch, you got 7/16, you got 3/8, and then you got 1/4 inch, and then you got 5/16. All in this one thing. The nut setters are cleanable, and you can put a bit on the front of this. So if you're really trying to go full-blown prepared for just about every situation, throw yourself a P2R2 on here. Gives you this little micro ratchet, and this is nice because this will not go further beyond there. The front of this is larger and the back is smaller, so this will not go through. It's not a pass-through. And now you can wrench on whatever you got to do, and you got all the sizes. They also make this in metric. So here's the metric set right there. Now we've got a cobalt knife. It's very simple. The steel is D2 steel, and the blade is very small. It's a nice hefty knife. It's got good ball bearings. This isn't a bad carry, but it's fairly heavy. But all in all, it's been a pretty good knife. There's really nothing special about it. It just flips out like that on the thumb stud, closes right up, deep pocket carry, but it is very heavy. But it is a nice one to carry every day, and it's like 15 bucks. You don't have to worry about losing it. But there's better options out there for a little bit more money. The O-Knife Duron. You can get something legendary that has a lifetime warranty on it because it's an O-Knife, and you get the spring assist, you get the OAL, you get the Nitro V steel, you get a true frame lock, which is a pretty cool conversation piece. I like when companies do something different. You got the deep pocket carry clip, and all in all, it's just a really, really nice beater knife. This is not by any means a very expensive knife in the world of knives. It is a little bit more pricey. The price will be down below. But right now, they've got a sale till the end of the month. And yeah, it's a good knife otherwise. And then last but not least is actually hiding right here. It's a little vise here. And this thing can be really useful for certain situations. It's good to have something when you're in a pinch and you're trying to do something, especially if you're going to have these tools with you. It makes sense to have a little vise that you can clamp to practically anything, even a park bench if you had to work on something, whatever you're trying to work on. This is a little vise. It's tiny. It's a second pair of hands when you're by yourself. Also very useful for soldering and things like that for smaller projects. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next one.